Hello everyone, Monica Corrado here, the Gap Chef. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024, and I'm happy to be with you today to talk about what I call good, better, best on the GAPS diet. Um, Again, I'm not a medical doctor, so nothing I say has been approved by anyone, possibly by Dr. Natasha. Yes. my my desire in these Facebook Lives is to accurately represent for you the GAPS diet and to answer your questions about GAPS. So, I thought today I'd start with a couple things. One is something that Dr. Natasha says over and over again, which is a little GAPS is better than no GAPS. So, for those of you who are trying your best, who are doing your best to source and doing your best to cook and doing your best to serve these beautiful traditional foods that are GAPS foods, um, just know that a little GAPS is better than no GAPS. And why is that? Because when you do the GAPS diet, you are taking off or taking out of the diet all of those foods that are potentially and probably harmful. And so, what does that mean? What types of foods are those? All processed foods, right? Processed foods, foods with GMOs, foods with MSG, foods with food fractions, foods that are really not food at all, right? Foods with very, very limited nutritional value. You're taking all of those out of your diet. Just that alone is going to help people. That alone is going to help you feel better. That alone is going to reduce the toxic load on the liver, on the brain, on the body. Very, very important to do. So, a little bit of GAPS, which is just taking out all of the foods that we don't eat on the GAPS diet, which some people wouldn't even call food. I don't call it food. It's food fractions, or it is ersatz foods. Great word for Scrabble, right? Foods that are fake, foods that look like food, they smell like food. Sometimes they even taste like food, but they're not really food. Yeah? What else is a little bit of GAPS? Maybe you've changed, pardon me, clearing my throat, hold on. Pardon. Okay, maybe you've changed to pastured eggs. Maybe you're getting farm fresh eggs from hens that are out on pasture. Yes, that makes a difference. Maybe you've switched to raw dairy and you're making it yourself, making your own yogurt, making your own kefir, making your own cultured cream, right? That's a little bit of GAPS, better than anything that you're going to buy commercially. Yeah? Maybe you've made an effort to bring in new fats to your diet, right? Maybe those fats are tallow or they are lard. Tallow, lard, duck fat, ghee, right? Chicken fat, lamb tallow, bison tallow, beef tallow. What do you got? Yeah? And each one of those fats is clean, and each one of those fats will serve your body well. Maybe that's one of the changes that you've made. Significant change, folks. Significant, very important, using healthy fats instead of plant oils, if you will. Of course, you can use olive oil, extra virgin on GAPS, but we use it for the antioxidants, not for cooking, right? We use it as a healing food, almost as a supplement, but we use it to dress foods, yeah? So maybe you've done that. Maybe you have learned how to ferment. You're making sauerkraut. These are all very important things. Each thing that you do makes a large difference for your health, for your child's health, for your family's health, etc. So, I just wanted to bring that up because there are a lot of people, I'm looking lopsided today. There are a lot of people that come to me and they're really down about what they're doing, not doing for gaps, or how much healing they've not had yet, and this and that. And and I just really, really, really want to encourage you that even a little gaps makes a difference, whether it's taking the foods out that we don't eat, or whether it's putting the foods in that we do eat, or maybe it's a little bit of both. So, just in this journey, give yourself some grace and know that if you're doing the best you can at any given moment, that's all anyone can ever ask. Remember that we can't heal when we're stressed out, right? We can't heal when we're stressed. We can't even digest food when we're stressed, right? So if we're anxious or we're worried or we're stressed out, yeah, we can't even digest all that beautiful food that you have spent a lot of time sourcing, spent a lot of time cooking, spent a lot of money on, etc. So, yeah, no stress, do the best you can, and know that whatever you're doing, even a little bit of gaps, matters. And sometimes it can go a long, long way. I want to say hello to the folks here. Hello, Cindy and Laura. Good to have you. Happy to have you with me. I decided that I would, and to anyone who sees this later on my YouTube channel, welcome. Thanks for coming by. Ooh, my puppy just came to see me. Hello, pup. It's cold out there, huh, bud? All right. So, I thought it would be a really good idea to do something called Good, Better, Best on gaps. I'm going to talk about this with I'm going to talk about this for the next several weeks, I think, until I run out of topics on the whole idea of good, better, best gaps. Good, better, best. Any gaps is better than no gaps, so we've just figured that out, right? All right, so good, better, best. Today I thought we'd talk about yogurt. And then I'll take your questions. Any questions you've got, I'm happy to talk with you about, give you my best shot about how you could work with it. Yeah. Okay, so good, better, best. Yogurt. What is the Cadillac? Or, I mean, if you don't like Cadillacs, Cadillacs used to be the big deal when I was a kid, but I'm showing my age. Haha. What is the Maserati? What is the Rolls Royce? What is the Corvette? What is the whatever? What is the best? What is the best in terms of yogurt? I'm just doing yogurt because it came up with a client of mine in the past couple of days, and I thought it may be a really, really good idea to go over this with people so they have a sense. Yeah. So the Cadillac in yogurt is own your own cow. Okay. I won't put it that far. Put the bar that far up. The Cadillac in yogurt would be raw milk that you find, right? Whether it's from your own cow, from a neighbor's cow, from a cow share, from a store if you're blessed enough to be able to buy it in the store. Raw milk, whether it's cow, goat, sheep, whatever you're working with, yeah? So raw milk that you make yourself, right? You take the raw milk and you make yogurt yourself at home. Now, what's the best yogurt to make? I would say, in terms of potency, which is always what we're looking for, right? How potent, two things. One, how potent is the yogurt that you're making? Meaning, does it have a lot of microbes, which is what we need? We need a good diversity of microbes, lactobacilli, yeah? Lactic acid producing bacteria, lab. In order to get a potent yogurt, So potency was number one. Digestibility is number two. In GAPS, digestibility is taking care of itself if you make it in a GAPS recipe, meaning the lactose is pre-digested. And so therefore, right, we're culturing long, so the lactose is pre-digested. All right, so potency, digestibility, that's what we're looking for. That's what makes a really, really good yogurt. And as I said, what's the Cadillac? Raw milk, whether it's cow, goat, sheep, whatever. People are doing camel, water buffalo, whatever you can get with a casein that you can tolerate, that you make your own homemade yogurt with a starter. That means a starter packet. So again, within the making it myself, which is the best, even within that there's good, better, best. So the best within the best is to get a starter for yogurt in a packet. Most of them are online. You can get some at the store. Some of the natural food stores have them. Make sure that that packet does not have maltodextrin in it, does not have any fillers in it. That makes a good starter, yeah. I personally like to look at Cultures for Health online. I'm sure there are others. Feel free to let me know what they are if you found a good supplier of yogurt starter packets. Yeah, Bulgarian, traditional, all sorts of things. They've got all sorts of things in terms of starter packets for yogurt. So that would be the best within the best. Raw milk, starter packet. What else could you do making homemade? You could start from a previous batch. Now you say, Monica, which came first, the previous batch or the current batch? The chicken or the egg? And in any case, so you have to have a previous batch, right? You have to have made yogurt to use that as a starter, but you could do that. That would also be fabulous to do. What else could you do? You could use, all right, so we're still in the best, right? You're making it yourself. You could use whey that you have dripped from your own yogurt. That would be great. You could use that as a starter to make yogurt. Yeah, we're still talking about the best here. And then, it's the best because it's homemade. And then you could use as a starter a commercial yogurt. That means you bought the yogurt at the store. It is organic, grass-fed, whole milk, organic, grass-fed, plain, no fillers. You could use that as your starter. All of that is all homemade, but you can see that the potency is going to decrease depending on what you make the yogurt with. Even in the best raw milk, yeah, the best is using raw milk and making it yourself. The best is make it yourself with a starter packet for yogurt. The next would be a previous batch that you made yourself as the starter. The next would be whey that you've dripped from your own yogurt that you made at home. And then the least potent of all of that would be to use a commercial yogurt as a starter that you bought from the store. Meaning you bought a little yogurt and you used it. All right. Hope that wasn't confusing. Hope it was clear. Okay, so that's all the best. Within the best, we have all of those shades of best. What's next? What's next is if you cannot get raw milk now, you're still going to make it at home, but you're going to get pasteurized milk. Why? Because you don't have access to raw milk. No problem. Still, homemade is best. Yeah? I mean, it's the best thing to do in GAPS. In fact, it's required. Believe it or not, it is required to make homemade yogurt and homemade cultured dairy products for very specific reasons. So, if you can't get raw milk, now we're looking at pasteurized milk. Which milk? What does it look like? Organic, grass-fed, whole milk, plain, yeah, meaning don't get strawberry. Oops. And can it be low temperature pasteurized and non-homogenized? That would be great. That's the best type of organic pasteurized milk that you can get in the store. Non-homogenized, low temperature pasteurized. small batch, etc. All right, now within that again, now you're still making it at home. What's going to be the most potent? Use a starter packet to make your yogurt for the first time. Yeah? Okay, what's next? Use a previous batch as your starter. Yeah? What's next? Use whey that you dripped from the homemade one. Yeah? As your starter. What's next? Use cultured, right? Use a commercial yogurt from the store as a starter with that pasteurized milk. So hopefully you're getting an idea of good, better, best, right? It's always, 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 did I say always? It's always, always, always best to make the yogurt yourself. It is part of what we do on GAPS. We learn how to make yogurt. We do it so we can control the quality of the milk that we're using so that we can make sure that it's lactose free, because commercial yogurts are not lactose free, except for, in my understanding, in the US, White Mountain Bulgarian whole milk organic plain yogurt is lactose free. They actually culture it long enough to be lactose free, which is great. We love that. Hats off to White Mountain Bulgarian. All right. So, and what is good? If you're traveling and you can't make your own yogurt, notice that's really the only time that we don't make our own yogurt, yeah? If you're traveling, try to find White Mountain Bulgarian. You're good to go. If you can't find that, then find the best quality yogurt you can find, yeah? Organic, whole milk, no fillers, pasture raised, all that stuff. I have been telling people for years to leave it out on the counter for a day, 24 hours or so, or even better, bring a starter packet with you and put a little bit in, whisk it around. So bring a starter and a whisk, or a starter and a fork, and then you can have that, leave it out on the counter. All right, I hope that's helpful. I hope it's helpful. I'm going to talk good, better, best, just about everything that we do on GAPS. I think it's helpful to know. And then again, with everything else, where I started today, a little GAPS is better than none. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take questions now. Let's see. Hello, Cindy and Laura. Hooray. All right. So the first question, feel free to put questions into the comments and I will answer them as I can to the best of my ability. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else I want to tell you before I answer that question? Thinking in my mind. I'm thinking in my mind. Not sure. I'll let you know if anything comes up. All right. A friend's daughter, 16, has cystic acne. Any recommendations, please? They've tried so many things. So acne, cystic acne is usually hormonal, but all acne, I say look to the liver. Look to the liver. So what do? On GAPS, what do? You take out all sugar, right? So all fruit. I personally would suggest as a CGP, take out all fruit, all. Take out all nuts and seeds for a while, all fruit, all nuts, all seeds, all nut butter, etc. And then I would make sure that you are working with the liver. So I work the liver directly with a castor oil pack every night, overnight. I've talked about castor oil packs before. I would be looking at eating beets, drinking beet juice in the form of GAPS shakes. I would perhaps have some milk thistle as an herb, which is a wonderful herb for the liver, to support the liver. I would be doing those things. I would also be doing things like, so first we're working with the liver, so I talked about that. Then I would be looking at hormones. So I would be having a lot of hormone building blocks is what I would call it, which means a lot of egg yolks. Lots of egg yolks, 2, 4, 6 a day, maybe for a while. Don't start at 6 a day, but gradually work up. Lots of egg yolks, lots of liver, meaning at least once or twice a week, the size of the palm of your hand. And then I would be working with things like steams. I don't really, wait, hold on. How do I want to say this to make it? I, so I would be working with not steams as much as hot water, filtered, of course, hot water, not boiling, but hot water, washcloth, and I would be doing things to get things, right? Just put the washcloth on the face to help open things up. I would also be working with cod liver oil on the face. Try it in a very small area and see how the body responds. Maybe like an area over here, or I wouldn't do it right here, right? Like right on the nose. Like maybe an area over here and see how the body responds. Cod liver oil has a special affinity for the face. I would also make sure, of course, that I would take out all body products, beauty products, makeup, anything. 16 years old, I'd take all that stuff out. Make it all, don't put anything on the body that you can't eat. Right? Wash the hair with egg yolks. Yeah, I would go at it that way for sure. Okay, I hope that's helpful. All right. Good, good, good. Hello, Katie. My question is, what is the best method to make yogurt? Good one. We didn't talk about that, did we? Okay. Let's see. Okay. I've always used an Instant Pot because it has a 24-hour yogurt setting. Excellent. Please do make sure that the Instant Pot yogurt setting is somewhere between 100 and even 100. 100, 105 to 115 and not higher than that, or you will overculture your yogurt, right? One of the things I'm finding is people think that if 24 hours of culturing is good, that culturing longer is better, and they're splitting their yogurt. So one of the things you don't want to do, folks, is overculture your yogurt. I'll get back to the question in a moment, but this is important because often people will use yogurt makers or Instapots or Instant Pots or blah, blah, all these things, and they're putting it on for 24 hours. But the temperature is not correct. It's too high. And so therefore, if you culture for 24 hours, your yogurt is splitting. Splitting means there's a bunch of whey on the bottom, and then yogurt on the top, right? Sometimes there really is a whole bunch of whey on the bottom. If you want to culture until you see whey, it's just a little tiny little line of whey on the bottom, right? It's not an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, or half the jar. If you get that much, you have overcultured, which means that your lactobacilli are probably dead now. Yeah. So you're not getting what we want out of yogurt, which is to help to repopulate the gut, right? It's not necessarily a terrible thing to eat yogurt that's split, but with dead bacteria in it, because Dr. Natasha says that it will initiate what she calls an immune response. But that's not what we're looking for here. What we're looking for with yogurt is not only the soothing lactic acid in the gut, but also the to repopulate the gut, right, with beautiful bacteria, etc. So please watch whatever you're using. Make sure it's in that range, somewhere between 105 and 115. Really, 110 is better. 105 is good. 100, like lower, not so low that the bacteria will not reproduce. You have to be mindful of what cultures you've got and at what temperature they need to be, because they're thermophilic. Warmth. They like warmth. So it's thermophilic, right? So you can definitely use an Instant Pot. Check the temperature, please. what their yogurt setting is. I would call the manufacturer unless it's on the box. Um, you can use a crock pot, but you have to see what the temperature is. Crock pot's great. We just need to know what's the temperature. It needs to be low enough, right? Low enough to not overculture, yeah, and to not kill. Ha! Not only to not overculture, but to not kill the bacteria. We want those guys to multiply and blah blah blah. We don't want them dead. Yeah. So, what's the best method? I personally like the thermos method. Very low tech, very easy for anyone who's got a thermos. Just get yourself a nice wide mouth stainless steel thermos, right? You can warm it up with a little hot water first. That's a nice thing to do. While you're warming the milk on the stove, very slowly. Remember, raw milk you must please heat slowly, or you'll have grainy yogurt. There's a tip. So I personally like the thermos method, which is warm up the thermos with hot water while you're waiting for the milk to heat to either 105, 110, yeah. Put your starter, whatever starter you're going to use, starter, warmed milk into the thermos after you've dumped out the warm water, cap it on the counter. 24 hours later, boom, you've got your fabulous Yummo GAPS compliant yogurt. All right, what else? As I said, I like that because it's really low tech. That's why I like it. Anybody can do it. Buy a thermos. Once in a lifetime investment. Yay. Spend 25, 35, 40 bucks sometimes for a big one. They make them 20 ounce, 40 ounces. 40 ounces is good because you can do a quart, more than a quart at a time, or a liter. Yeah, I think that's really my favorite. And of course, if you've got a yogurt maker, rock and roll. Yay. That takes all the guesswork out. But after you've established what the temperature is, right? Have to make sure the temperature is in the range that we needed. Hope that's helpful. All right, Leonie's here. Hello. Still digesting my trauma. I know, it takes longer than anyone thinks, annoyingly. Except I have a couple things for you, Leonie and everyone else. One is this is the word according to Monica, although Dr. Natasha is totally open to alternative healing modalities, as far as I'm aware. One is I would look into biofield tuning, BIOFIELD, biofield tuning. I would also look into, I'd look again at Psych K, PSYCH-K. There is someone that, they have also, I'm thinking, they have all sorts of practitioners, but there's also someone who does like pay what you can and he's guaranteed and wonderful. I'm not remembering his name. Is it HANN? Might be the last name. All right, I'll find it and I'll put it on the page. Use the tools, folks. I'm always a Star of Bethlehem person. I've told you that before. We use that a lot. I use that a lot in GAPS and personally and everything else. Star of Bethlehem, Bach. My dear friend Lise Battaglia would say batch. She's certified in all of that. Flower Remedy, BACH, Flower Remedy, Star of Bethlehem. But also these other two things, biofield tuning. Eileen McCusick, check her out. Leonie and everyone else. And apparently it doesn't have to take that long, according to this fabulous Psych K person. One session and you're feeling better. I don't know. Check it out. Just another tool. Wishing you well, always, of course. Hello, Priscilla. Can you use thermophilic 201? I don't know what thermophilic 201 is, Priscilla. Do you want to throw that in the thing and tell me? I don't know what thermophilic 201 is. Let me know. All right. But I forgot to ask last time. My son with the bad tomato and pepper allergy, bloody stool, God bless him. You said lots of fat, stock, liver, which is what we were doing. Only full GAPS right now due to sourcing. Get off full GAPS. I'm telling you, everybody. That's the word according to me, folks. There's plenty of healing that can happen on full GAPS. But my not humble personal opinion from 10 or 15 years of doing this, is take out the nuts, take out the seeds, take out the beans, take out the lentils, take out the fruit, and then do full gaps. And then you'll get some healing. And make sure that the amount of stock you've got going on is high enough. All right. So my question is there a ferment that I should absolutely have in what amounts? He struggles with constipation. Also, he does not react to fermented ketchup. So yeah, I would definitely let him have fermented ketchup. No worries at all. Is there, okay, if he struggles, anyone who struggles with constipation, people, please, 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 I'm betting, Priscilla, you've already done this, but for anyone else, if you're struggling with constipation, please look at all of my Facebook Lives or my YouTube videos on constipation, right? We have to get the constipation resolved. Bless that child and everyone else. Look at the amount of water you're drinking. Make sure it's filtered or spring water, right? Structured water is even better. Okay, what else? Constipation, make sure you're doing castor oil on the liver, even if it's just using the castor oil itself without a pack, like without a flannel or anything on it. You just rub it into the liver. I don't remember how old your child is. Constipation, water, work the liver, change the microbiome. What is the one ferment this child should have? Beet kvass. Beet kvass. Why? Because beets are, people call them blood cleansers because of their color. But also beets are very, very, I'm looking for a word. What's the word? I don't know. Connected to. We'll just use that. Beets are great for your liver. Beets are great for the liver. So if the liver is indicated, congested liver can be part of what is going on with constipation. So let's make sure that we're having enough beets. We're eating the beets. We're juicing the beets. We're steaming the beets. We're making beet soup and beet puree with meat stock. We're making gap shakes with beets and beet greens, right? Beets, beets, beets. But beet kvass is really great. That's the one that I would do, because not only, and I have the article on this page, the difference between cabbage tonic and beet kvass, which when, but beets are specific to the liver. That's why I'm saying that one. All right. He should have whatever ferment he likes. And please make sure that he's having a lot of cultured dairy. Sweet, sweet boy. Anyway, blessings. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Leonie, you're welcome. Priscilla says, it was a starter a friend gave me. I have no idea. Ha ha. I don't know what it is either, so send me a picture of it and I'll let you know. I don't know what that means. Thermophilic. He can drink a pint with no die-off. Increase. Increase! Increase! Whenever you've got no die-off, it's time to up it just a little bit. We never want people to be uncomfortable, but yeah, absolutely. That's a wonderful thing to do. All right, Katie says, that's what healed me. Taking out the nuts and the fruit and the cheese with full gaps. I just wish I could eat cheese. Someday, maybe. Maybe if I can source good local raw cheese or make some myself. When I eat cheese, I get allergy symptoms like runny nose and so allergy symptoms are histamine. Shh. Don't tell anyone, because people are so histamine crazy these days. But that just means that go slowly. Remember, too, you might be able to eat a bite. Can you eat a bite of cheese? Like, remember, cheese is one of the hardest. Cheese is hard for the body to digest. Yeah, and there's a reason it's the last thing on the dairy introduction protocol, right? There's a reason, right? It's not the first thing. It's the last thing. Why? Because it's hard for the body to digest. So just go slowly, Katie. You're going to get there. Yeah, I can eat a bite. Yes. You can eat a bite. Excellente. All right. All right. Sabrina's got a question. What she got? Hi, Sabrina. Sabrina Bortolucci. I love that. Oops, sorry. Sorry, Sabrina. Hello, Monica. Speaking of best, which option is better for meat stock? Oh, you don't want to wait till next week, eh? I'll give you a little preview now. Go ahead. Between organic grass-fed meat with no bones or regular meaty bones and meat. I will be away for a month and these will be my only options. Thank you. You can't make meat stock without bones. So, yeah. You can't make meat stock out of a steak, folks. Just saying. Right? You got to have a bone. So you can't get, so some of the things you could get, maybe, I don't know if you found, but, or looked, ribs, short ribs are great. You know, can you get short ribs, shanks, meaty neck bones? Can you get any of those? Chickens, yeah? Whole chickens, chicken quarters, etc. So, you know, you can't make meat stock without the bones. Got to have some bones. So, what do I always say? Bless it and go. Do the best you can, line up with it, and then go. Yeah? But don't be split. So, either line up with what you're doing, meaning I'm doing the best I can, it's going to be fine, because, you know, Dr. Natasha has seen plenty of people heal on gaps using conventional meat. I know, cuckoo, right? We can do it. It's just that it's more toxic load for the liver. So, line up with whatever you're doing. Get whatever you can get, the best you can, and then just be like, it's going to be fine. Bless it and continue. But what I'm saying is do not, whatever you do, don't be split. So, you know, don't be split. Figure out what you're going to do, and then do it. And then believe it's fine, right? Do the best you can, and then just keep going. Because the worst thing for you to do is get the meat that's right, that's regular meat, conventionally raised, and be like, oh my God, this is terrible. I shouldn't be eating this, but it's all I have, but I can't do anything else, but it's all I have. I mean, but I shouldn't because it's bad. I mean, don't split your energy, folks. Line up with what you're doing and do it. Do the best you can. Line up with what you're doing and do it. That's the best thing I can say. Okay. Hello, Helga. Let's see. Wait, let's just finish this bone thing, and then I'm going to go here to Helga. Here we go. I only have marrow bones, no meat. What should be added to make that work? Sourcing is not easy at the moment. Well, yeah. Only marrow bones, no meat. Sourcing. So can you just make chicken? I mean, this keeps sounding like it's beef. Like beef is the issue. Remember, you can make chicken, you can make meat stock out of chicken, turkey. I just made fabulous meat stock yesterday out of turkey because I can get it. So chicken, turkey, pheasant, yeah, lamb, beef, pork, goat, venison, bison. What can you get? If you're going to use marrow bones, I mean, marrow bones have their own gift, which is a superfood. But you're not going to get a meat stock out of marrow bones. You won't get, there's no connective tissue there. So you have to get connective tissue, right? What's connective tissue? Ligaments, cartilage, tendons, skin, right? Feet, beaks, heads that have all that on it, etc. Chicken is hard to find. Apparently it's shipment issues. Well, yeah, I don't know. Where are you, Priscilla? Are you in the States? Are you in the UK? Where are you? All right. Make the marrow bones. You could also just bake the marrow bones, right? Shake out the marrow and then make marrow butter. That would be awesome. Could do that too. All right, Helga asks, I had the diarrhea bug over the weekend. I'm on no plant gaps, and now I can't bring myself to eat meat. Any trick? Yeah, whey, 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 Whey. What's the trick for diarrhea for anyone? Whey, whey. Strain, right? Whey from yogurt. Basically, whey from yogurt. Drink it all day long. Whey from yogurt and eat yogurt. Sip on stock as you can. That's going to help you because diarrhea can be dehydrating, but that's the way. Canada, we are more north. Oh, I get it. Okay. Got any pheasants, geese, ducks? Anything that's got bones and cartilage you can make meat stock out of, folks. Fish, etc., etc. Do the best you can. And then, what else can you do for cartilage? I mean, collagen. Really, you're really just talking about animal foods. You can have chicken, skin, chicken, turkey, pheasant, goose, duck. What do you got for a bird? And then all of your mammals. So just do the best you can, Priscilla. I know you are. Yeah? Whatever you're doing will be good. All right. So Helga and everyone else, do not, again, the word according to Monica, do not force the body to do anything. If you can't eat meat right now, Helga, because you had diarrhea, don't eat it. No problem. Body's telling you, I need more time to get over this thing. Remember that digestion is one of the hardest things your body will ever do. It's it's a lot of work, and it also gives off a lot of toxins, right? So whenever you're ill, for whatever reason, really increase the detox protocol, right? Meaning, take 2 Epsom salt baths a day, or apple cider vinegar bath, or baking soda bath, whatever you're doing, right? There's 5 baths, which you all know about. Take 2 baths a day. Use a castor oil pack on your liver. Sit in the sunshine. For some people, it's do an enema or 2, maybe not with diarrhea. But what can you do to help the body detoxify? Really help the body detoxify. All right. All right, everyone. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. I hope that this was helpful. Good, better, best gaps. Take good care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. I will be here next week, Tuesday. I'm hoping this time works for everyone. I do have a standing meeting before this, which is why I had to move it to an hour later than we used to do. So, so good to see all of you. Yes. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you same gaps time, same gaps station. Let your folks know. Come on by and bring their questions. Okay. Be well, everyone. Bye-bye now.